You got me tiptoeing around you like you're made of glass. Got an invincible fence letting everyone know not to trespass. But you're bound to break down, bound to lose, bound to get knocked right out of your boots when I use my witchcraft. You're playing it cool, bending all the rules, talking way too loud and you're talking rude. You're playing a game, driving me in.
While we're over here in York Peninsula checking out the Copper Coast, we've based ourselves here at Port Victoria. It's probably about 40 k's from actually the Copper Coast, but while we're staying here, about a year ago, I booked a holiday for the kids, but due to lockdowns we couldn't come over, so they wouldn't give us a refund. Instead we had 12 months to use up the accommodation. So 12 months nearly up, so we decided to come over and check out the Copper Coast. So get the kids up, have some breakfast, hit the road, and we'll see you guys at Moonta Bay. Well, here we are at just Moonta Mines, and you can do a tour. It's a train tour, a little carriage that takes you around the mine. It goes for about an hour, and it cost us $12 for adults and $5 for kids. So we're just about to jump on the train and check it out. But yeah, this the mine started in the 1860s and was discovered by a local by the name of Paddy Ryan, and he raced into Adelaide to stake his claim. And he was the first there to do it, but it was late in the afternoon, so he had to come back the next morning to get his mines certificate. But someone had beat him to it. Yeah, back in the day, in the 1800s, they had 1,000 kids actually working in the mine. They were aged between 10 and 14, and they had to work 6 days a week, 10 hours a day, for 10 shillings a week, which is roughly about $10 in today's money. And after work, they had to go to school. And the next morning, they had to hand in a token to their boss. And if they didn't get paid. They had it hard back then. And apparently there was about 600 kids that actually lost their lives in the mine. But that was mainly due to a couple of pandemics, cholera and another disease which I can't remember, but I'll put it in the description below. Yeah, very sad. So let's take a look at Moonta Mine on the train. just finished that mine tour. It's well worth it, guys. Went for about an hour, a bit over an hour, and very informative about all the process and what went on here. Yeah, one interesting fact I never knew. Back in the day, Moonta Mines actually saved South Australia from going bankrupt and was one of the biggest copper mines in the world. In the heyday, they had 10,000 people living in and around the mine, with 2,500 people actually working in the mine. So yeah, it was a pretty big operation in its day. I've just ordered a Cornish pasty from the Cornish kitchen, and yeah, a lot of people from Cornwall lived around this area. That's why they probably call it Little Cornwall. Back in the day, in the late 1800s, they needed to expand the mine, and they couldn't find enough workers in and around South Australia, so they put the call out to Cornwall in England. Yeah, and thousands ended up coming over and settling here, and obviously built everything like Cornwall, so all the little cottages look like same as they do in Cornwall. And obviously the Cornish pasty they brought out, so I've got one of these Cornish pasties and we're going to dig in. Yeah, here at Moonta Jetty they have this area fenced off with netting to stop sharks eating the kids. Not a bad idea, I suppose. Well, this is the Watsacowie Brewery. It's located in Middleton, and I think it's open every day, but it's better to come on a long weekend or a weekend, public holidays, as they have people come in to do catering for them. Today they have a guy that's been cooking Indian curries. So, yeah, highly recommended, the Watsacowie Brewery in Middleton. Well, just here at Watsacowie Brewery in Middleton. In the last trip it was closed, but it's back open again now, which is good. And it's like they've got a barbecue going, they can have pig on a spit or something. So yeah, if you're in the area, guys, down at Middleton at the Watsacowie Brewery. Cheers. The northwest coast of North Peninsula is known for the Copper Coast, and it encompasses the towns of Kadina, Wallaroo, Port Hughes and Moonta. Along with the natural beauty and relaxed towns, this makes a perfect location for a weekend getaway for people from Adelaide or nearby towns, or an essential stopover for interstate travellers. It is named the Copper Coast due to the amount of copper that was dug out of these areas back in the mid-1800s, and at its height Moonta had 10,000 people, which made it the second largest town in South Australia. Well guys, here I am in Wallaroo. Behind me here is the Copper Cove Marina. And I'm not sure if you can see in the background there, there's some huge houses there, with mansions and some big boats. It'd be a great spot to live over here in the Copper Coast. And yeah, it's a nice short distance out to sea, and it's great fishing in the area around here. King George whiting, snapper. Yeah, it's a great fishing location. I've just extended just around the other side. They're just building another part of the marina, extending it with a heap of houses. So yeah, if you're interested, look it up. Yeah, in Wallaroo, if you're from interstate or you want to go across the Eyre Peninsula, you can get a ferry here. It's a car ferry, and it goes across the Gulf to Lucky Bay. It's just near Cow, and it takes about 2.5 hours to get across in the boat. And it costs roughly about $180 for a family of 4 and the vehicle on board. And I believe you can fit about 40 or 50 vehicles on there, so it's a pretty big ferry. And yeah, you save about 1.5 hours driving. So yeah, it's well worth it if you're doing your loop around York Peninsula and you want to head over to the west coast, Eyre Peninsula. Yeah, catch the Wallaroo ferry. Well guys, I highly recommend if you're coming over the York Peninsula in the Copper Coast, come between the months of November through to March, April, where it's nice and warm, and you can take in the many beaches just like the one behind me here at Wallaroo. And yeah, there's heaps in the area, and just the Copper Coast has got some like beautiful beaches like the Port Hughes Beach, Moonta Bay and Sims Cove. But this one's special here at Wallaroo. You can actually drive under the beach, set up your awning, have a barbie, sit back and watch the kids swim in this beautiful sea behind me. And it's quite safe. It's no rips or anything like that, and it's quite shallow, so good for the kiddies.
Take it down, save your time if you want to make it right. When you won't come easy, if you release me, make it go away. We've got a long way down from here. I'm so tired of running away from fear, waiting for the fire to take us on. It's time to make it real before it's gone.
Well guys, we'll wrap this video up, eh? We're going to kick back, put out the awning, have lunch, and go for our last swim before heading home. So I hope you like this short video on the Copper Coast at York Peninsula. So I highly recommend it. And like I said, between the months of November through to March is perfect because the weather's hot. Go for a swim. But if you're not into swimming, yeah, all year round it's good over here. Just obviously in winter it'll be cooler and everything will be nice and green then. But you can still take it to the Copper Coast, head out to the Moonta mines, taking the tour, and yeah, just relax and have a nice meal at the Cooper's Ale House here at Wallaroo in the marina, or anywhere along the Copper Coast has some great restaurants. So until next time guys, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.